Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. So today I want to talk about how to save your first $100,000. I've had people ask me this before and they're like, okay, so how do you save $100,000? So with that, let's walk through how to save that amount of money and what you should do with that money once you've saved it. So first of all, the best way to have success with saving is what I call the 7 baby steps. So the baby steps are a proven system that have helped hundreds of thousands of people take control of their money by budgeting, paying off debt, and saving money wisely. Plus, it's a strategy that I use to save my first $100,000. So the first step of saving $100,000, no matter what your finances look like right now, is to make sure you're doing a monthly budget and have a starter emergency fund. So that's because your budget is a plan for your money. And if you want to get $100,000, then your budget is the roadmap to get there. And personally, I use Every Dollar. It's a budgeting app that I highly recommend. It's completely free. It's really easy to use, fully customizable to you and your specific needs. So you guys, if you've never done a budget before or tracked your spending or any of this, it's going to take about 3 months to get your budget to work, okay? So the first month, it's going to be terrible. Second month, it's going to be a little bit better. And by the third month, it should start working. So third time's a charm, okay? 3 months of budgeting for you to feel consistent, and that's a good thing, okay? So keep at it. So just start somewhere and adjust along the way as you need to, and make sure to give yourself grace again, because understanding where your money's going and controlling your spending can be tough. But once you have the tools and you're following a monthly budget, you're really gonna start to be able to see, okay, I can get some traction because I know where my money's going. And then you'll be able to start to budget to save for your starter emergency fund of $1,000. So that $1,000 should be enough to cover minor emergencies that come up while you focus on paying off debt. So paying off debt is baby step 2. And it's gonna be almost impossible to build wealth and to save 6 figures if debt payments are constantly draining you financially. So that's why baby step 2 is to pay off all of your debt except for your mortgage. Now, I know it can feel kind of daunting and overwhelming to think about paying off your debt, but you have to get any and all debt out of the way so that you can free up your income so that you can build real wealth long term. So if you're going to attack your debt with intensity, you're going to do some drastic things. You're going to be selling stuff, you guys. Look in your house. If you have furniture, clothes, shoes, whatever it is, sell it. Get some extra money. And then even at nights or on weekends, get a side hustle. Drive for Uber. Cut all your streaming services for 6 months. Do whatever you can to put as much money towards paying off your debt. So again, throwing any extra dollar is going to help you. And you're going to be doing a tactic called the debt snowball. So this is a method that I love when it comes to paying off debt, because it's not about attacking the highest interest rate first. It's about attacking the smallest amount of debt you have first. So you want to list out all of your debts, smallest to largest, and you're going to pay off the smallest one first. So cutting those streaming services, getting that extra job, selling some stuff, all of that extra money you have is going to go to pay off your smallest debt first. And once that's paid off, you roll it over to the second smallest debt and you keep going. And studies have shown that this method is the quickest way to pay off debt. So once all of your debt is paid off, then you really are going to have the momentum to build up some good savings. So that is the next step. Baby step 3 is to have a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. So let's just take an example. So let's say the median income in America for a single adult around 35 to 45 years old is about $62,000 a year. So if that's you, then after taxes, you're bringing home about $4,000 a month. So if you are spending that full $1,000 a month, all of your expenses are that, then you want to multiply that by 6, and you want to save $24,000 in your fully funded emergency fund. So again, you're going to look at your bills, and for some people, it's like, yeah, what are the things that I have to have covered? You know, rent, utilities, transportation, all of that. And you're going to say, okay, how much of this costs me per month? And you're going to take that and you're going to multiply it either by 3, 4, 5, or 6. So you're going to either have a 3-month emergency fund to 6 months. So again, that's kind of the range that we say for baby step 3, 3 to 6 months of expenses. So you can kind of figure it out on your own. What's best for you. If you have an income, you're on, commission, and so your income is inconsistent, I would lean towards the 6 month just to have some extra cushion. Or if you have, a ton of kids and a lot of expenses going out, probably 6 months is more you. The 3-month, I would say if you have a consistent income, you know exactly what's coming in, you don't have a lot of people dependent upon you. If something were to happen, you could probably be more that 3 months. So again, you can pick it, but that's gonna be your fully funded emergency fund. So once you're out of debt, you're gonna move to that savings plan, and that's really gonna help you. And that's one thing that I love about the baby steps is that after you complete one step, you get momentum for the next step. So once your emergency fund is fully funded, 3 to 6 months of expenses, I would put that amount of money in a high yield savings account or a money market account. Now, if you're curious about, those types of accounts, I'll link the episode that I did earlier this month where I walk through the pros and the cons of both of those options. So make sure to check that out. So at this point, we're about 1/4 of a way through saving up your first $100,000. Okay, before I go into baby steps 4, 5, and 6, I want to tell you about a new game that I am loving. It's called Telestrations. Okay, so if you think about the old school game telephone where you say a sentence and then it goes around the circle and the last person says the sentence and everyone's like, ha, that wasn't the sentence. Okay, imagine that, but you're drawing, okay? And if you're not a great drawer, trust me, I'm not either, terrible artist, but that makes it even more fun, okay? And people are laughing. And it's a great game too, because you can kind of chill and talk and it's kind of social too in the midst of it. It's not really intense. So trust me, it is so fun. If you have a group of friends over, you guys want to play this game. So start making lasting memories today and buy Telestrations at Walmart or wherever you buy games. All right, steps 4, 5, and 6 are kind of a package deal. You're gonna do all of these together. So at this point, again, you're budgeting, you have your emergency fund put away, you have no debt, all things are good. Life is good. And so this is where a lot of people, again, go on to say, okay, this is where I can really feel like I build wealth. Because baby step 4 is you're going to be investing 15% of your income into retirement. And the power of compound interest when you're investing is an incredible thing. Now, the market, of course, goes up and down depending on the season that we're in, but it's an incredible thing when you start to watch your money work for you and it starts to grow throughout the day or while you're sleeping. It's an amazing thing. So again, when you're putting money into retirement, that's going to be going towards that $100,000 that you're saving towards. And then you're going to really look at your net worth at that point and say, okay, what I own minus what I owe is this. And again, if you don't have any debt except for your mortgage, then you're going to be really close and probably over that $100,000. So you'll be investing into retirement at that point, and then you're going to save for kids' college, and then you're going to be putting extra towards your house so you can pay it off. And once that is done, then that is going to bring us to baby step 7, and that is where you build wealth and you're able to give so much of it away and be generous. So when you get here, again, this is incredible because your retirement is growing, your investments are growing, your home is paid off and it's increasing in value every single day. And so your net worth is really gonna start to explode at that point, which is what's really fun. And it should be, again, well over $100,000 at that point. So really what I want you to see is the key here when people kind of throw around the $100,000. I wanna save my first $100,000. Yeah, that sounds really fun and exciting, but you want it in a plan that's gonna work for you. So it's not always this number specifically we're going after. It's more of a state of your entire well-being when it comes to your money. Because again, at the end of this, to be able to have budgeting as a habit for you, having no debt, having an emergency fund you can get to when you need it, having retirement, a paid-for house, that's the whole goal, you guys. And that's what's really exciting because it is possible for you. It's not gonna happen overnight. You have to be intentional, but man, it is possible. So if you stick to the 7 baby steps, that is what's going to be so, so key. So to help you start saving today, make sure to check out Every Dollar. So you can't save money unless you know where it's going. So getting a budget is so, so key. I'll put a link in the description for the app, so make sure to check it out. And if you have a friend who appreciates really practical advice when it comes to money, send them this video so they can start this plan as well. Because I want all you guys, you and them, to take control of your money and create a life you love.